Dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey Podcast, episode 239. Chris, how you doing?
I am doing really good.
Where are we right now, Chris?
We are sitting in the same room right now, right meow.
Right, we are in the same room.
This is not live or Memorex. This is not internet. This is same room, face to face.
And we are in Nevada.
Yes.
You're in Nevada.
Well, I sure hope so.
but yeah, we're looking at some cool shit here. We've been here before.
Yep.
We somehow get welcome back. I don't know why or how, but here we are. I think they like Lorenzo.
Well, I pulled into the driveway and I saw a muzzle sticking out of a window, so it was a rifle muzzle.
Oh, rifle muzzle. A warning shot.
But I'm still here, so it's good. But yeah, we are currently sitting in what's this place called? The hangar.
Starts with a B.
Bomber Fabrication.
There you go.
Hangar.
Good job.
We are sitting here with Amber and Randy, and we are, wow, this is awesome. How you guys doing?
Never better.
There you go. Tee-hee.
You got the tee-hee in there.
You did. All right. Well, here we are, the four of us sitting at Bomber Fab, and we got some really freaking exciting news to announce. And
Yes.
Randy called me the other night and says, "Hey, we want to do a podcast. I got some news to drop." And I said, "Yeah, let's do this." So here we are. So with that little tease, Amber, let's start out. We got KOH right around the corner here. What is it? Do you know how many days? Where's the countdown timer in the shop?
No, it's right there on the desk.
Oh, it's on the desk?
And I tick off the days, and I think today is 30 or it's. You know what? I'm going to butcher it. It's either 30 or 40 days.
Now, is that till you get down there, or is that till KOH starts, or what is the date?
I'm pretty sure I put my countdown to when I leave. Because I think the actual date, like the countdown on the website, is when gates open.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's right. When the gates open is on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like a week and a half before.
Yeah,
I get there.
yeah.
So,
Because it's like a 3-week ordeal or something.
yeah, it sucks
Yeah.
that Motos is so early now.
I know.
I miss it, but
Is Justin going to race?
Motos? I don't know.
Okay, we got to find out. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, so anyways, it's right around the frickin' corner, and it's going to be here before we know it. Yep. And everybody's banging and clanging, as Chris likes to say.
That's right.
So you got some exciting news before we share the really exciting news. And what is that?
Yeah, we can kind of work on up to it.
Okay, let's do it.
I've been
Let's build this bridge.
Yeah, little bit by little bit. So I just wanted to announce all of the new sponsors that are coming on this year.
Okay.
Well, one of them's not new, but I'm super glad they're still on board. The first one is Holly Performance,
Okay.
and that's with my Sniper EFI that I got in August, that I got on the car in August, that they've come on board and sponsored me a couple parts to get it running just right and get the whole fuel system dialed in so we don't have any hiccups on race day.
So is it all dialed now? Is it running good?
Not yet. I got all
Almost.
the parts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you're okay.
Still got some tuning to do to it. And my buddy Philip Thomas, Texas Thomas.
Yeah, Texas Thomas.
He's going to be doing all that, and we're going to be figuring it out before the big day, and it'll be dialed.
Okay. That's cool because you had the kit last year, right? Before KOH?
Actually, I think I got home from KOH, and it was waiting.
That's right. You were waiting for it. It didn't show up, so you had to stick with the old carburetor. And
It's the same story with the axle that I'm building right now. I'd ordered it for Hammers last year, and it didn't show up until I got home.
Yeah. So I've heard this from you, and
$1 short.
correct the numbers here because it's what's the percentage increase horsepower that you're going to get?
So
this is great. This is freaking great.
10% power increase.
10%.
Because Samurai's, the 1.3, has 60 horsepower stock with a carburetor. So I get 6 more horsepower. That's 10%.
That's 10%.
Hey, 10% sounds better than 6.
And what
Thank you.
Randy, you said the other day your dirt bike has more horsepower than the
I think so.
KTM 300 has more horsepower than the Suzuki Samurai.
Yeah, well.
That's all right.
Well, you could put a 2-stroke engine in the Samurai, and that would change things.
That's right. Well, that's what makes it just even that much better when you complete the course again this year in time. How about that?
Yes,
Yeah.
that is the goal.
Right?
Make it home before dark.
Yes.
Sweet.
That's good.
Faster.
All right, so you got Holly Performance on board.
Holly Performance is on board.
Texas Thomas doing a little tuning.
Yep. And the second big sponsor that I wanted to announce was RCV.
RCV? What? I didn't even know about that.
Oh, yeah. I think
cool.
I just posted that at noon today, but I was really stoked that they came on board this year because I've run their axles when I had Samurai axles before, and that was before it was even a race car. And like after I put those things in, I never had to worry about them again.
Right.
So,
I love my RCVs.
nice peace of mind.
The orange toilet plungers.
Yes.
They look exactly like a toilet
The
plunger.
expensive toilet plunger. Chris actually has a toilet story that he might share later, but we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe.
That's awesome. RCV's great.
And they have great customer service and great warranties.
They
too.
really do. They really do. I had a little bit of a hiccup. Because I got my RCV axles right before Trail Hero 2 years ago. And I didn't think I was going to get them in time, but they finally showed up. I had to pull some strings, but it happened. But they are great. They stand behind their product. It's a great product. And that's cool. Well, congratulations on that one.
Yeah, thank you.
Are they going to send you like a small plunger that you can put over your shifter as a shifter boot or something? Maybe, I don't know. You got to do something there.
boot? Oh my
Shifter boot.
No
or
mercy
shifter
on
boot.
Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, that's for sure. No mercy. The teasing
No, they're
goes.
good. They're good. All right. Okay, so that's two, and you got a third one?
Yeah, so, well, kind of four, but the third sponsor is, I don't know if you guys saw my post a couple weeks ago about BFG giving me tires.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
they're giving me tires.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
that finally came to fruition, and I'm really stoked on it. So
That's cool. That's cool. So you got some 43 stickies going, or 42s going on the Samurai.
ish.
Oh, okay.
I'll admit it right now. I was actually thinking about getting the UTV 35 to the 35 10.5s.
No shit.
And they'd be sticky. They'd be perfect for the Samurai.
They would be perfect.
But we have to run DOT.
But they're
tires.
not
have to
legal.
run
Yeah,
DOT,
you have to
yeah,
run
so-
DOT.
so-
That's right.
So you're running 35s
cool would
and
that be?
DOT, the regular DOT tire.
Yeah. Yeah.
KM3s.
KM3s.
Yeah.
And they will be on trail ready bead locks.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
That's awesome news, Amber. Very cool.
And you kind of alluded to a fourth, or is that?
Are we going into the
The other
fourth one?
year, she got 17-inch wheels, and I was like, oh, come on. We need 15s. This
Yeah.
is a little car. We
Right.
need 15. We need that sidewall.
Right.
So finally, she came around to my way of thinking. So this time it's 35, 1250, 15s.
I
on
agree. That
15-inch
is-
bead locks. Her wheel and tire package was heavier than my 40 on a 17.
No kidding.
On my
Oh yeah, no,
4400
that
car.
rotational mass there. Yeah, no. Well, that and then the
The
like you
flex
say,
in the
sidewall,
it becomes part of the suspension, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it plays a part of the whole spring rate and whatnot.
because leaf springs matter.
These C-rated tires should work a lot better on her Samurai than those E-rated
Right.
truck tires.
Right. Right.
Yeah, the E-rated ones don't even flex it.
No,
No.
And you need
What
a
is-
little. You need a little sidewall flex in the rocks.
Have you had your Samurai on scales? Do you know how much it weighs?
Yeah, so
What's
every
rate?
year at Tech they
Oh,
weigh
that's
it.
right. Race weight.
Yeah, so it's 29.50.
So you could run those E-rated tires at like 2 psi, and they still wouldn't flex.
Yeah. Actually, I came upon you at 0 psi at Hammers this
That's
year.
right.
I came down from the sand hill.
That's
and you were down at
right.
the bottom and aired my tires.
That's right. I had the compressor. I said, "Oh, I got air. I can air you back up," because you had aired down to get up the sand hill.
Yep.
That's right.
That was cool.
That was our plan, and then like all the other samurais took off, so I had no one to air me back up. I was like, guys.
That's right. That's right. Well, I just happened to be there. That was good. It all
very
timing was everything. Randy, what was your the trail bomber that you had that you could pick up the rear tire or front tire with? What did that one weigh?
It was 28 and change,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, that's cool. Just back up to it and lift up a tire.
The one
That's-
Dave's running now.
Oh, is it that one? Okay. Yeah. All right. Should we, without further ado, should we drop
Dun,
the
dun,
hammer?
dun, dun,
Chris,
dun,
what do you
dun,
think?
dun. Oh yeah, let's just get it out there. Let's whip it out.
Well, Randy hasn't said much, and this is all his idea.
I know. I want to hear this from Randy.
So
Well,
three-time king Randy Slawson.
three-time Randy Slawson, what do you have to announce on the Wheeling Wine and Whiskey podcast? Because we give till it hurts here on the podcast, and this is a good one here.
Oh man. Well, we finished up a couple cars. I don't remember when it was. Was it September?
Maybe.
2 4,400 cars.
Finished up a couple 4,400 cars, and going into the last quarter of this year, we decided to start on a 4,800 car. It was the last chassis I had in the Connex, and we put it together, and it's like, we should really turn this thing into a race car. So we've been working on this 4,400 and 4,800, sorry. Been working on this car for the last few months, and as the project goes on, the wheels grind and smoke comes out of my ears, and I was like, hey, Amber, if this thing's still together after I race it in 4,800 at Hammers, you should race it in 4,400. So
There it is.
gonna dip her toe in some V8 race car stuff.
In 3 laps with
So-
all the fastest guys.
So did you fucking do backflips or what? What was your reaction when
I almost
Randy
fainted.
Right? I wish I was here. I wish I would have seen the reaction from you. I can only imagine. Because I mean, we talk about it all the time on the podcast, passionate, right? And I mean, everybody that's racing and stuff has a passion for racing and all that stuff. But you take it to the nth degree with a Suzuki Samurai. You're the underdog. You got, an inferior vehicle, but you've got mad skills from doing that over the years, right?
Why, thank you.
Yeah, no, seriously, and it's like I've seen it over the years of just recreation four-wheeling. Somebody goes out and has stupid money and buys, now you can buy a JL all set up with 40s. You don't have to have much skill to drive that over the Rubicon. You really don't. Now there are skilled drivers. I'm not saying that everybody on Jeep 40s does it, but if you learn how to wheel in a vehicle that is not on 40s and all the powers and woo-pows and stuff, you learn to pick lines, right? And
Yeah, it's
small tires.
Especially following people on 40.
And that's the other thing I was getting at is like you go out and you're following us at Trail Hero, at Fort Ice, all that stuff, doing all the hard rock trails that we're on 40s, 43s and stuff, and it's like walk in the park, and you're freaking just making it happen, and you turn around and there's Amber right behind us, with her little freaking tires and her little 60 power Samurai.
I've never seen you standing on the belly of your rig, though.
No, I haven't. No, that's true.
Congratulations.
That's true. She does. And that's the other racer mentality is you got to be able to send it, and that's why I'm not a racer because I don't push it that hard. But it's going to be freaking. When I heard this, I was like, oh my God, this is what I've been waiting for, to get you at KOH in a V8 powered fucking bomber. So this is going to be exciting. This is going to be really freaking exciting.
Well, I'm glad this one's not nearly as spicy as the last 4,800 that we built. I think it's got like 200 less horsepower.
Really?
150 less.
Oh.
Okay.
But still, what's the horsepower output of this motor?
460 horse.
460. So it's got 400 more horse than what you're used to.
Yes, 400 more horses than what I'm used to.
That's a lot of horses.
I'm terrified.
Do you? So Randy, this is cool. Obviously, you got faith and vision here in Amber, but I know she is not afraid of the skinny pedal. What are you thinking here? There's going to have to be some coaching before she just hops in and frickin' hammer down.
Unfortunately, it's going to be pretty limited. This car hasn't run yet. It'll probably be a few more weeks before it does. So we're going to be practicing at the Hammers, I guess.
Well, at least you taught me how to ride dirt bikes this year, so that was something.
So yeah, that is cool. You've been riding dirt bikes more, and people that have never ridden a dirt bike or don't know about dirt bike, it's freaking a lot of work. I've ridden dirt bikes for years and stuff, and it beats you up, and it conditions you well. I think it's great, and you look at like Justin that I don't know. He's young. He races frickin',
He's
the,
crazy.
the king of motos, and then frickin' doing the,
Co-drives for 48.
exactly. Co-drive 48 and then 4400. And then Randy's going to step up to the plate and do 48 and 4400. So but you're not a spring chicken like Justin Wick. So, yeah. And his car was in here recently. So
Oh, it's still here.
Oh, it's still here?
Yeah, that's the other one out there.
Oh, okay. I didn't even.
You walked right past
All right,
it.
Justin, I'm going to go check out your car here shortly.
Back for wiring this time.
What's that?
Back for wiring this time.
Wiring. Okay. Yeah, so the wiring guy was here. What's his name? Rich. Rich, the wiring guy, was here working on stuff. So wiring his car and Justin's car and your car? The new 48?
He came by this morning and grabbed a few things, and he's going to be back later this week.
Okay. All right.
He's going to be in and out a couple of weekends, I think, before it's all said and done.
So we're recording this. What is today? The
17th.
17th? Is it?
It is.
17th. December 17th.
This episode is
than-
going to
what
drop
is
on the
that?
19th.
Merry
Days
freaking
till
Christmas.
Woohoo.
And then, but you guys are going to keep just grinding through. You don't take a week off or anything because it's KOH time and
A week off, yeah. No, so
right.
my parents are actually coming up, and we're gonna do Christmas. We're gonna celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, and then we're gonna work all day, probably Christmas and the day before Christmas Eve on the car. So
But
they're
it's
gonna
like-
be up here and helping me out.
It's like Christmas for the Hannah family with a, KOH, anything, right?
Well, I mean, KOH is like New Year's. Like that's our Christmas,
Right.
New Year's and Halloween and Thanksgiving and every other Easter holiday.
It's all wrapped up in one.
Your mom cracks me up. When is she getting down to Hammers? Right after Christmas, she's going down there, right?
Yeah. So like I said, they'll be up here for Christmas and they're going to help me out the week after too. So I think they're driving down on like Wednesday or Thursday, and my mom's going to be there until Hammers, and my dad's going to help set up camp, and then he's going to fly home and work for a couple weeks.
We'll our camp this year, it's always great, but it's going to be even better this year. I can't wait.
Sure.
But okay, so this is going to be freaking awesome. So 4800. Who's your co-dog, Randy, on 4800?
So honestly, that hasn't been.
Hasn't been solidified yet.
Yeah.
Chris, you're the co-dog. This is the next announcement on Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. You're the co-dog with Randy Slawson.
my back.
Your back's
You should
already
see the
hurting.
look
And
on
he also
Chris's
owns
face
Ultra
right now.
Yeah, and Chris owns Ultra 4 now.
I got to buy a helmet and a Hans device and a
Race
yacht
suit.
and a
I
mansion.
can see that. Oh my God, I would
Christmas
pay
you
good
talking.
money for this one. The in-car
Probably an
footage.
ostomy bag.
Yeah.
You're not too far from the truth.
And then if Randy ever needed to winch, it's like, okay, Chris, get out. We got to hook up the winch line. You're like, fuck no, I got limited ins and outs, and I've only got one more in and out.
I'm in the car in Hammertown, and I'm out of the car in Hammertown. Where's my beer?
Okay, so to be determined. Your brother has co-dogged in the past, and
Yeah, Mike, my brother,
Dustin.
and Dustin.
Yeah.
Dustin's been doing it recently, and Mike has. Mike came out and helped me in 22 when we raced 48,
Right.
but mostly recently it's been Dustin.
Okay.
But I don't want to beat Dustin up on Friday before Saturday.
Yeah,
It's a big
because
race.
you're concentrating on 4400. Obviously, the 48 is just kind of a bonus thing, and yeah, but it'd be your goal is to win 48 and 4400. Obviously, so you're not gonna be easy on 4800 today, but being back to back Friday, Saturday, yeah, it's freaking taxing,
Yep,
very taxing.
my neck will be a little sore.
Yeah.
on Sunday and Monday, I imagine.
Meanwhile, I'm going to hop out of my Samurai and into a much faster car.
Oh my God, it's gonna be like going from a Volkswagen Bug to a fucking Ferrari. This is gonna be insane.
Yeehaw.
I thought you were going to say trophy truck.
Or trophy truck. Trophy truck. What would? So do we know who your co-driver is going to be? 4400.
So for 4,400. It's gonna be Mike, his brother.
Okay.
Has offered to help me out.
Okay, so that is
Oh, thank
decided.
God.
Great.
I'm off the hook.
Thanks for offering, Chris. Yeah, he was nice enough to offer that up, and Randy thought it was a great idea because Mike knows the cars so well, and he says he's really fast in the desert, and he's a good driver too. So I can't think of anyone better. To
That's
teach me.
perfect. Yeah,
So.
to help, and we somehow we got to get in-car audio. I want
That would be awesome.
I want in-car audio.
Here
You
it
guys
is.
should figure
Amber,
that
you've
out
been-
for us.
We need to make that happen. Any of our techies that are out there
Need a
in podcast
full-
land.
Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Somebody. Tyler's
Here's
so
how it's
freaking
gonna
busy
go.
right
Amber,
now.
you've just been handed the keys to a 4,400 car or 4,800 car. What are you going to do? I'm going to send it.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
But that's where Dustin's gonna help out and just
Mike.
I mean Mike. Sorry, that's where Mike's gonna help out and keep your head in the game and reel you.
I've got a
faster,
funny story
probably.
for you on the
Okay, good.
Mike versus Dustin thing. So Mike has always been really good when he used to co-drive for me about keeping me at an even keel.
Okay.
When I get excited and I start over driving, he's like, all right, back it down a little bit. And then when I get tired and I want to take a nap, he's like, come
Step
on,
it
man,
up.
I thought we were here to race. Dustin doesn't have his deal is he's never going to tell me to go slower. Occasionally he'd be like, man, let's pick it up a little bit or something.
Okay.
But if Dustin starts to giggle, then I know that I'm
That's the
fully sending it. And I should probably slow down a little bit.
Okay. All right.
We definitely need in-car audio for that.
Yes, we do. That would be freaking great.
But I'm excited to have Mike in the car with Amber because he can give her a lot of perspective and coaching, and it'll be fun to see how she does.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously he knows the Bomber platform and you and how those cars perform. So that's going to be a huge asset. And yeah,
Mike's been, sorry to cut you off.
no, go ahead.
Mike's been co-driving with Cam Steele. Actually not in a race scenario, but
Okay.
pre-running with Cam down in Mexico a ton over the last couple of years.
That's
They
awesome.
ride dirt bikes together.
Oh, wow.
Mike's actually the racer in the family. I'm well known in the Ultra 4 world, but Mike's the racer, the real racer. I just play.
You play one on TV? Well, I don't know. That's to be disputed. You got three trophies there, but that's funny. But he's the two-wheel racer.
Yeah, Mike's raced a lot of dirt bikes.
You're the
some-
four-wheel guy.
some side by sides.
Okay.
Mike actually owned the Chris Wicks car before Chris bought it and
did
raced
not know
One
that.
Hammers.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I found
Okay.
I found that out a little earlier myself. So yeah,
It was good for you to get reacquainted with Randy and Amber, right?
Oh yeah, no, it was good. We talked about a lot of stuff.
We had
Good.
a nice jam session when you showed up.
Good. See? Perfect. So with this news release, which is I'm super excited for, I know your fans are super excited for, Amber. Your fans, Randy, this is going to be great. So with that said, you're searching sponsorship. Somebody needs to. No, I always fuck this up. Livery.
Yeah, livery.
Livery. Oh my God, I got it right. we need some badass livery on this car, right? So this is a great opportunity for a business that has some expendable income that wants to get their name out there. Cody Wagner, Laser Nut, BFG, King Shocks, whoever.
Wow.
This is an exciting opportunity for somebody to step up, get their logo, their company, their whatever their thing is on the 4800 car that Randy will be racing 4800 Friday, that Amber will be racing 4400 Saturday. I mean, it's like a 2-for-1. This is these opportunities.
Buy one, get one free.
Right, exactly. Buy one race, get one free. So, you know, the Bombers name is out there, and that's freaking awesome. And you got two great drivers here. This is a no-brainer. I wish Wheeling Wine and Whiskey had enough money, but we've been spending too much money lately, Chris. Lorenzo,
There's no
we're still
you.
Well, no.
What
I've
happened
been
to all that sweet Chris money?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
What happened to that sweet hashtag Chris money?
It goes, nay.
Oh, see? I told you not to buy a horse. So you could have
Why would you go 1 horsepower when
You
you
could
could go
have
so many more?
460 horses, Chris, and you bought one fucking horse.
I didn't.
Yeah. So with that said, you guys, it's out there. You're ready to wrap the car, or whoever wants to step up to the plate.
Yeah.
So who's out there? We got any names? We want to. I already mentioned a few, but you know, this is a great opportunity. And so
It's going to be the talk of Hammertown, I think.
I
can see old Miles going to town on it right now.
Oh yeah, I still have to text him about this.
for sure. So this podcast is going to release Tuesday. You're going to drop a bunch of IG stuff on your page and Bomber and stuff. So I will as well. This is going to be great because this is going to be something other than what the fuck's going on with Ultra 4 USA in 2024.
Nice distraction from all that.
Right?
Exactly.
And we all agreed before this podcast, we said what we're going to say is that we're not going to spread any rumors. Nobody knows what the fuck's going on.
There's nothing to say.
Right? Except for the owners. I mean, it doesn't affect your operation much because you race King of the Hammers and that's it. You're not doing the whole series all year, but you have raced some other races, Amber, throughout the years.
I mean, they're fun when it's a cool location, like Havasu looked appealing
Something
to me,
that's-
or Moab.
Something on the west.
It's a good excuse to go travel and go see new places. But
Exactly.
for the most part, I'm not a series racer.
Absolutely.
And you still do, some rock crawling with re-rocks, the Cedar City one and stuff like that, right? You've done. Well, what's the one that you go to every year?
I really only do Delta. 'Cause
Delta
it's
Classic,
really the
that's
only
right.
Rock crawl left on the West Coast, like at least between California and Nevada and like middle of Utah. So
God, I would love to see some more stuff come back. I mean, thank God Prairie City's still going with NorCal.
Rock racing.
NorCal Rock
One
Racing.
needs to bring back the Orville course at Surplus City.
I mean, there's so many, but anyways, so with that, we decided we're not even going to spread rumors. We're not even going to talk about it.
We don't know anything.
We don't know anything.
Nothing is happening.
We're like everybody else, but my advice to everybody is, if you want,
Focus on prep.
right, focus on prep, focus on King of the
Hashtag
Hammers.
race prep.
The rest of the shit's going to work itself out. Ultra 4 is not going anywhere. I can say that with confidence. Knowing
big to
everybody
go
that
away.
I know in the Ultra 4 arena, it's not going anywhere. So somebody will figure this shit out, and there will be racing in 2024, and we'll leave it at that. Right,
Boom.
Randy?
Mic drop.
Amen.
Okay, there you go. Father Slawson just spoke. Amen.
Oh boy.
Remember Father Slawson?
Oh boy.
That was so good. Who came up with that moniker at Trail Hero?
That wasn't a trail hero. Casey Cleek came up with that like in 21.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, that was
I
years
didn't know
and years
that.
ago. But someone asked what his nickname should be, and I said Father Slawson this year, and it's stuck.
There it is. Got Shock Jesus around the corner. Father Slawson.
What was that?
What, priest of the Church of Rock Crawling?
Yeah.
Is that how you put it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
The Church of Rock Crawling.
That's my church.
I need to
Church
go
of the Hard
I
Rock.
need to go to
Church of the Hard Rock.
I need to attend a couple of sermons.
You do. You do, Chris. Get your Jeep off the jack stands and let's go
There's
wheeling.
No
From
jack.
the
Jason,
church
before you got here, I told Chris that we need to take him to Knuckle and show him
You know what? Yes.
some Knuckle
Hi,
buster.
Ron.
Knuckles fun. We should have brought the rig. It's Randy's such a bad influence. He's like, come on, let's go wheeling. It's fucking Monday. He goes, it doesn't matter. Let's go wheeling. And we go wheeling at Knucklebuster on Monday.
Every day is a wheeling day, right? When you live in Minden and Gardnerville. It's just right in your back damn yard.
Right?
Seriously, I mean, literally, the BLM land is. I could throw a rock at it. Right
Yeah,
now.
you could. You could.
I'm gonna go outside and do that.
Anyways, so sponsorship, make it happen. And so if you're listening to this right now, your business or you know somebody, or obviously there's a lot of Ultra 4 people that listen to this podcast. This is an opportunity.
Coca-Cola.
You hear this? That's opportunity knocking.
Coca-Cola.
All right? Because honestly, I mean, I wish I had the fundage to make this happen, but we don't.
No.
We don't want whiskey. We could throw a sticker on the car. That's about all we can offer. We can give you some magnetic
They'll
koozies.
charge us though.
So we'll feed you and give you beverages after the race. But yeah, that's about all we can offer. But yeah, somebody will step up. This is stupid, easy, low-hanging fruit for a business to say, hey, I get 2 for 1 here. I get a Friday and Saturday, and like you said, Randy, it will be a conversation piece. It will be one of the headliners.
The fire pit and whatnot.
Well, and Chris, we've been fortunate to be media for the last few years, and when you walk into the media tent, immediately on the left-hand side were top stories. So you've got people from around the world covering the media, right? And that don't speak English. They're from frickin', across the pond, whatever the fuck it is. But they have the hot stories.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. And
you're always on there, and the
Amber's
Suzuki
been on there
Samurai,
for sure,
right?
yeah.
The EVs have been, part of the topic over the years. The rookie class the last couple of years have been huge. Some of these people coming in with their different stories, and we've covered, we just did Thor Motorsports.
That's right.
Driving 50 freaking hours just to get to King of the Hammers, much less, all the prep and everything else that goes along with it. So it will be one of the key topics for people to cover. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Can't
I gotta
tell.
do a little shout out on that topic of who Rob Tygart is? Mm-hmm. With the FJ that's racing this year. He's going to be one of those top stories.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm really excited for that guy. He's one of the rookies.
You're right. And then we'll see if the Volkswagen Touareg makes it out this year.
Yeah.
Far Motorsports,
Yeah, Far
PHAR,
Motorsports, yeah.
right? Far
That'd be so
Motorsports.
rad.
I mean, there's so many. Yeah, I am. This is freaking great. KOH can't get here soon enough. I know you guys have still got a lot to do, but I got a lot to do. Just to get ready on my, I got to get my trailer ready for the bar scenario and stuff. So that's what I'm working on.
Johnny's bedroom.
Johnny's bedroom. I'm putting a diesel heater in. That's exciting, right? You guys are dropping 460 horsepower into a 4800 Bomber, but that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a diesel heater.
Diesel heater is important when it's like 28 degrees.
Well, it is. I've been
Yeah.
doing a lot of research on that. I've been learning way more than I wanted to ever know about a diesel heater. But so if you have any pro tips about diesel heaters, let me know. So with that said, this is huge news.
Back on the topic of sponsorship.
Yeah.
We could talk about how the 44 car has a title sponsor this year. That's kind of a
Yes.
big deal.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Pala Motors in Iowa decided to come on as the title sponsor for my 4400 car this year.
Awesome.
So how did that come about?
It's kind of crazy. He just messaged me on Facebook and said, we'd like to team up with you guys, and been a big fan for a long time, and think you guys are doing cool stuff, and would like to help your program. And
Can I help?
so here we are.
That's cool. That's cool.
He said, if you can sell a few cars for me, I'll help you get to the Hammers, and everybody will be ahead.
There you go. So if you're in Iowa,
If you're in the market, not in the budget, if you're in the market for a new Chevrolet, Ford, or Dodge,
oh, he's got all three.
he's got all three.
I bet he sells more Fords and Chevys than Dodges.
So Paula proper, as I understand it, is a Chevy dealer, but you can get any flavor you want from
The American.
Paula Motors.
Okay.
And yeah, he'll ship it to your door, no problem.
No kidding.
Yep.
So you don't even have to live in Iowa.
Yep. nationwide.
What's the taxes in Iowa?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You still pay when you have it shipped to California.
Well, not California. This is Nevada.
I know.
Also, another
Some of us live in California still.
We're land of the free. I love it.
come to the dark side, Chris.
Come on over. It's not the dark side. It's the light. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, you don't realize that till you get here.
Well, yeah.
You can feel the oppression as you leave the state.
You can. You totally can.
Yes.
So, well, that's freaking cool. So, he's obviously going to be on the wrap that you're doing. So
Yep.
what's the livery going to look like?
Livery.
Livery. See, I knew I'd fuck it up.
Butcher, good job. Congratulations.
Drink.
I want to do some more here.
Yeah, it's still going to be the King Shocks
Okay.
wrap, but it's going to have a big Pala Motorsports
Logo on the
Logo.
hood or the sides.
on the sides. And
Okay.
it's hard to say.
All right. So wait a minute.
Hold on.
This has nothing to do with King Shocks.
No, I know.
This is another big thing.
I know this is another big thing. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to unpack. So, yeah. So a few months ago, I learned, but you had changed up the Bomber chassis a little bit.
It's still in the works. Nothing's been made in metal yet, but we've been doing a lot of CAD work, and we're going to have the Bomber Reloaded or Bomber 2.0 or something.
You haven't. What was the? You had something good. What was it? No. What was it along the Bomber name? But you said something when I was here.
Not Bomber Reload.
Was it Reloaded? Maybe it was Reloaded. Bomber Reloaded. I like that. But yeah, so yeah, it's a next version.
Next generation.
So what modifications did that you've been playing with in CAD or?
We're just kind of freshening it up, giving it a little bit of a new look, lowering it down and stretching it out and changing up where the tire sits on the back of the chassis. And it's going to have, the biggest thing is just focusing on lowering the center of gravity.
Well,
the
yeah,
car down
and
a little bit
the
lower.
gas tank moved forward in the back, right?
Move the gas tank and the tranny cooler and stuff just a little bit to get the tire down in the back of the car a little bit lower.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I think what brought this all about was we had to move the nose forward to pass tech now.
yeah, for years we've been putting this afterthought looking bumper on it.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of doing that. So we pushed the front of the chassis out
Okay.
a little bit, so it shouldn't need a bumper anymore.
Made
Got it.
thicker so we can nerf people better. Hee
Because what was that was one of the first podcasts, right? With Kevin Jones was "Have you ever been nerfed?" or what was the title of that one? Something like that.
You like being nerfed?
Do you like being nerfed or something like
Yeah,
that? And it's
yeah.
just Reverend's racing and stuff. And yeah, he talked about just
Getting nerfed.
yeah, you get nerfed, you get bumped. Get the hell out of the way if you push to pass, man. You don't see that on your dash. You better get the f out of the way, man.
And if
'cause
you're not moving, you're part of the race course.
that's right.
Beware, I will be in a bigger car this year.
I still
This is truth.
for the rest of my life, when Rambling Man comes on, I always think of that video clip of Randy driving over the freaking car and then they're throwing rocks at you. That is still one of the greatest top two, if not one, moment of KOH.
Here's your yearly reminder to go on YouTube and search Randy drives over, or what is it?
Yeah.
Randy Slawson runs over.
Randy Slawson runs over. That's all you got to type into YouTube, and then that comes up. And
Perfect.
who's the brothers with the music?
John Webb.
Yeah, John Webb.
Yeah.
The Webbs. Yeah, and he's got Rambling Man going. And here comes Randy.
Makes a pretty amazing short.
It's freaking great. It is so good. So
Epic
good.
moment.
It is an epic moment, and it is classic KOH. And yeah, it's so anytime I hear that come on the airwaves, which I listen to country almost every freaking day, it comes on. It puts a smile on my face. I love that freaking. So, all right. So with that, what else? What else we got here? We got, so you're obviously, how close is the Samurai to being ready for KOH?
It's not. It'll be ready, I swear.
I know it'll be ready. It always is, but
It's
yeah.
just, I've been focusing all my time on getting the 48 car
Yeah.
done because we had deadlines that were more pressing than my Samurai. So
Right,
I've been working on
right.
that, and so I'm building the new front axle for it right now, and then I'll be able to take the old axle out and put all the parts in this new axle, and after that, it's just small stuff like changing out the clutch and.
So with the extra 10% horsepower, because that sounds better than 6 horsepower.
Yeah, 10%.
10%
Bigger
horsepower. You dialed in the suspension with Randy's help last year, which helped
Yes.
you finish the race course last year. Unfortunately, it wasn't in time, but you finished the freaking course, which is a huge accomplishment.
For a Samurai.
For a Samurai. Yeah, freaking awesome. That was an electric moment last year. So, you're obviously gunning to finish within time this year. I guess the biggest thing that, you have to overcome is traffic jams in the rock section stuff, right?
So in years past, it's been that I can't get through lap 1 fast enough. The second year that I raced in 21, it was a traffic jam that stopped me. And if traffic flows as well as it did last year, I still hit traffic, but if it flows as well as it did last year, I'll still have a pretty good chance.
Okay.
So
I mean, that's the key, right? Because, it's you can only go so fast through the desert.
with 10% more horsepower.
Yeah, and then just hoping that you just don't get in a log jam somewhere along the way, but
Because that car's so small, I can't drive over people.
right,
Problem.
right,
I can try to winch around them.
winch over.
Actually thought about like Spider-Manning on the side of Outer Limits, like running my winch line all the way up and winching the car all the way up the side of the canyon and just swinging
Just
those
kick it over.
like, sorry guys.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
Probably not though.
No,
They'd have to write a new rule about that if you did it.
I know you guys were down there for the rookie event, right? Weekend, and then you were down there Thanksgiving and stuff. Any indication? I mean, it's always rumors and stuff, but like what the course is going to be like this year and qualifying and stuff. You got anything you can share that you think or your thoughts?
We've seen, I guess, like spy photos or something of the qualifying course.
Yeah. Which involves backdoor.
Yeah, Dave said it was like the first year qualifying, just backwards, I think.
So going down backdoor?
I don't.
Wait.
Who knows?
Backdoor's going to be in the qualifying
That's
circuit?
kind of what they're, yeah. I love Chocolate Thunder, but it's just outside of Hammertown, and it sucks for the vendors and everything. I mean, everybody's there at Hammertown, so you need to be at the start finish line for qualifying. It makes sense.
I just realized that I might have to do that this year.
So I was going to ask you about that. It's like, because I know, our other friends that race in the, EMC, Every Woman Challenge. Just by qualifying, signing up to qualify, they get moved up. Even if they finish dead last in qualifying, you still get ahead of, and that starting position is key at Hammers, right?
Yeah, when you're actually going fast.
And it has become so
There's that.
freaking popular that EMC class, 4,800, 45, 4,600. There's a lot going on that day, and to get started earlier is an advantage. So with that said, and you just alluded to it, do you qualify? What's going on?
So this is a question I get all the time because for 4,400, from what I understand, if you don't race a series race during the year, you have to qualify in order to race because that class is so popular. They get so many people to sign up, and so they're not just going to let anybody in.
Okay.
But for EMC, you don't have to qualify.
Right.
So I've never qualified in my Samurai because I don't want to beat the car up, and there's half an hour difference between the first car leaving the line and me leaving the line.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm going up or down back door, and I've never done that before.
And so, with that said, Randy, are you qualifying in the 4800 for EMC?
Yeah, I'll definitely qualify
Yeah.
for 4800.
So, do you? So, I don't even know how this works. Like the quote unquote power hour. Like you're always in power hour for the 4400 because you're a 3-time king.
Right.
But how does it work for 4800?
It's the same concept for EMC because they tried to put me in Power Hour a couple years ago. But I didn't
Okay.
even sign
Yeah, I
up for
remember
it.
that. Yeah.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
that's right. I do remember that. So it's just kind of who you know type thing, or what? How's that work? And your reputation? I mean, how does that?
Well, you said big stories and
Right.
KOH,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
that-
Yeah,
those
right.
Are the people that they put in the
'cause
Power Hour.
let's be realistic. It's all about this. It's marketing. It's views. It's everything. Right. So
Clicks.
it's the stories. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So you more than likely would be in power hour for 4800.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
2 years ago, 22, when I raced 4800, I was the fastest EMC qualifier by a few seconds. So that's pretty fun.
That car was fast.
It's pretty fun. So what's the difference? You need some more whiskey. What's the difference differences between the 4800 that you raced 2 years ago and what you're building now? What's any key differences or anything other than a window in the block?
Or
Sorry, that sucked. It just totally sucked. I was like, "What the fuck happened?" And you're like, "Go look at the block," and you could see the crankshaft. It was not good.
I was really
Yeah, we're a
sad
little
to pass.
blindsided by that one.
Yeah,
Seemed to run great at the beginning of the race, and we didn't get any forewarning. It just went knock knock. Who's there? And spilled all of its guts on the ground. So, biggest changes you ask. This car has a stock LT1 direct injected 6.2 liter V8, and we put a manual valve body Max Trans Turbo 400 behind it. From there, the other probably biggest change is it has a 16-inch 3.0 IBP on the back of it, where I had a 14 on the other car.
okay. Suspension.
We didn't increase the wheel travel. It's still 22 inches of vertical wheel travel, but that shocks 16 inches of travel versus 14. It doesn't have to work near as hard to control that 22 inches of wheel travel. So I
Right on.
was getting the shock a little bit hot on that car. So hopefully this one will be a little more manageable.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You got more fluid, more capacity. Yeah, you're not running the limits, right? You got more cushion there. Okay, that's cool.
Yep. Still have our PSC steering, still have Spider Tracks axles, still have TubeWorks diffs, still have JE real drive lines, PRP seats,
But
CBR,
sliders.
CBR
sliders.
What?
radiator.
I'll make little brackets so that I can actually reach them.
I was gonna say so. The seat. So when you build your cars, I mean, the seat doesn't move, right? You build it to fit you,
Yeah, it's always been a permanent fixture.
right?
We're gonna have to build some.
So now we got to
adapters
build some sliders in there. Is it like a little lever that you reach down under the seat and slide back? How's that work?
No,
Sure
we're
would
just
be
gonna
nice if
make
it would.
brackets.
It's power seats
You just
with
make
memory.
brackets and then like it. So yeah, I don't know safety tech and all that stuff, but can it be pinned in or how does that work? Like,
I think for safety, you probably could have sliders. I think that's fine. But
Oh, really?
just the way the car is and the way that I have to, I have to move up 3 inches and forward 3 inches. And so that puts the slider at 45 degrees and it just doesn't fit.
no.
So we'll just make brackets. that
Okay.
Take the seat out, put the brackets in, put the seat back.
Put the yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So do you put like a phone book wrapped in freaking duct tape and a couple blocks on the?
Oh my gosh,
The
you
pedals?
haven't heard this story?
Oh my God.
So we're in Mexico when he had the old 48 car. And
This is pretty good.
Yeah.
This is pretty good. So he asked me to ride with him for qualifying the first or second lap of the race. And so to make me fit in the seat, they stole like a textbook kind of book out of the condo that they were staying at. And the title
It was a
of the
rat
textbook-
shack. It wasn't a condo.
Whatever. The title of the book is 1001 uses or extraordinary uses for ordinary things. So that's been my seat cushion for the last 2 years.
That's awesome. Is that book? Is what they used?
It's right there. It's up on the shelf.
Oh, you still have the
It's
book? You
still
took the
there.
book.
So
I
it's
said they sold it to
1,000.
Mexico.
So is it 1,000?
They borrowed it. They didn't steal it. They borrowed it.
1,002 uses.
Yes, race car.
We need to amend the book for. I think it was 101 uses, but now it's 102 uses. Extraordinary uses for ordinary things. It's this book can be a booster seat in a race car.
Right. That's
That is
awesome.
classic. I heard the story. I didn't know the title of the book though. That is freaking priceless. That is
I
so
didn't
good.
even look at the book. I just was like, oh, this is
that's
a
about
nice
the
thick one.
right height you need.
When we got home with it, I didn't mean to take it, but it just ended up
it
coming
ended
home
up
in the
staying
race car.
because it broke when I was riding.
I looked at the title of the book, 101 Extraordinary Uses for Ordinary
That's
Things.
so funny. That's a great story. That is, I love these stories, man. It's
You can't make that up.
No, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. It's so good. All right. Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is going to be fun. So car comes in after Randy winning. I'm forecasting here of KOH 2024. Yeah, right. After Randy winning the 4800 class, seat gets moved forward.
By the way, I come in at like 7 or 8 o'clock.
I was going to
tonight.
say, so there's going to be, and this needs to be known if people don't even understand, or, I mean, I know a lot of our fans follow KOH and stuff and Ultra 4, but your camp, Randy, is minimalistic, and that's what you pride yourself on, and that's super cool. You're the every guy, out there racing. It's not flashy. It's not big tents. It's not heaters. It's not, all this techie shit going on.
The other year, he parked his car on top of a bush, and that's where they pulled the transmission.
Right. And it's kind of the junkyard dog mentality a little bit, and making, shit happen. And, but you obviously proven yourself. You're proving the Bomber brand, and this is going to be great this year with car coming in and getting it turned around. I know freaking Friday night's going to be crazy in your camp, getting that car, ready for the 4400 race the next day.
Right. Have to put some 40s on it.
So yeah, talk about the changes that are going to happen between when you cross the line, Friday night or Friday afternoon, whatever it is, and it gets pulled back into your pit. What's going to happen to that car to get ready for 4400 morning?
Well, in a perfect world, we're just going to move the seat forward and put some 40s on it. But
you
And
go
put
take a
some
nap.
fuel in it?
the reality is it's just going to come in from a wild day of racing. So we'll just have to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
If we have any leaks we have to chase, or hopefully nothing's broken or cracked, or just give her a quick once over and
Right.
get back out there.
So what, but like, okay, just considering that everything, the car's going to be fine mechanically, what changes are going to happen from the 4800 class to the 4400 class?
We already touched on that. 40s.
40s,
You're going to put some 40-inch race tires on it.
but shock package is not going to change or anything like that, right? It's
No.
just tire size, because 40, 4800, 45, 4600, you're limited on tire side DOT.
Right.
Yeah.
So BFG stepping up to the plate and giving you tires for...
So we haven't even made it that far yet.
Okay. BFG, if you're listening.
Nate or BFG, they haven't heard our wild plan. So it'd be awesome if we get some more 40s for the car. But if not, we'll use my pre-running tires or whatever
Okay.
we have to do to make it happen.
Okay. So basically just tires
And the seat brackets.
and the seat brackets.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minimalistic.
I love it. It's
Can't
freaking
wait.
great.
Cross your fingers. Knock on some wood.
So I know Chris is excited. You haven't said a whole lot here. We've been kind of
I'm just
talking
in
away,
awe,
but
sitting in this room with such great people.
there you look at you. You're just taking it all in. You're just taking it all in. But I know, and our listeners know you've had a rough year and haven't gotten out four-wheeling and stuff, but you really look forward to KOH.
KOH is one of my favorite things of the year for sure. I always, accrue my vacation time and save it for this. And you're right. I've had a tough year. They don't seem to be letting up right now, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make it down to King of the Hammers for as much time as I can spend there. I love the racing. I absolutely do. I mean, a few years ago, I had to boogie out of Hammertown like 3 days early.
Yeah.
And I missed all the racing and it sucked. I mean, the only thing that was a plus was that
the coverage
I was at home and I was watching it on TV and obviously on TV, and this is before we had, internet in the camp and all that stuff. But, with Starlink and all the things going on, you can go down to Hammertown, see the race start. You can see things happening in the pits. You can even go out to some of the obstacles. But really, once the race has started and all the cars have gone off the start
Hammertown,
the start finish line, you head back up to camp and you can watch the race and chill out.
The coverage is great
on TV. Yeah, so. I'm stoked. I can't wait. It's obviously getting down there, getting back together with a bunch of people you see maybe once a year, and the energy, and hooking up with seeing Miles. And I'm looking forward to seeing Ian again. And Pam. All the people that do the announcing
Ian
for the
has
race.
His bomber out there this year. I'm trying to get him to make sure he has his bomber out there.
Oh, that'd be legit.
Not just fly out. I said, hey, we got to do some pre-running.
Yeah.
I said, I know some people.
I was hoping he'd bring it to Trail Hero, but
right,
he wasn't able to.
He didn't even show at Trail Hero. That was a whole nother deal.
Did he not come?
He wasn't there. Yeah, but hopefully he will have it. So I know Ian listens to the podcast. So Ian, Amber's here, Randy's here, Chris is here, I'm here.
Let's go wheeling.
Let's go wheeling.
We want to see that bomber.
Let's go. You see, Randy wants to see your bomber. So get it out there to KOH. And make it happen. I know he has no problem with windshield time towing out there. Last year he had some stuff going on where it just logistically didn't work to drive out there. He had to fly. But I think he can make it happen this year. So there you go. Ian, you got an open invite to go pre-running with Bomber Fab.
And you got 30 days.
You got 30 days.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, that's cool. All the different, stories of, I mean, it's crazy, and all the different. I mean, it's 80,000+ people in this lake bed, and so like for you, Chris, this is what you look forward to. This is your Christmas and stuff, and it's like me too, and then for Amber and Randy and race teams out there, it's like this is what you gear up for every year.
Absolutely. And I know I tried to do it last year. I wanted to get down to Hammertown with the microphones and the portable recorder and wander from the different vendor booths and try to get the elevator speeches from a bunch of people. I'd like to try to make that happen this year. I know you're going to be doing a lot of wheeling, and I don't know if I'm going to wheel or not, but I am going to be working on content while I'm there. You might find me in camp editing or whatever, but Wheeling Wine and Whiskey does own a Starlink now, so getting episodes uploaded quickly to the ether, to the interwebs,
yeah, definitely
is easier.
Cool. Yeah.
Speaking of content, you want to be my guy for the races this year again?
Is Christina not going to be there? Did I do okay?
You did okay last year.
Okay. Because I got some ideas, and yes, I will do that.
Sorry to drop that on you.
No, that's absolutely
No pressure.
It was fun. Actually, Tyler and I were sitting in the food tent,
the kitchen tent,
and we had Starlinks. We had 2 TVs, thanks to Tom Rosa, that brought freaking flat screens into our camp, and we were able to keep up and keep things going. But and I think Christina's coming, I will definitely collaborate with her as well, and definitely tell the story of what's going on. I would love to be doing part of that. Of course, Chris being down there again, and we can do all these different podcasts and stuff too. So,
I feed from the food tent.
that's right. And it might not be a tent this year, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's
I heard a story about a cabin.
It's going to be like a cabin, a wooden cabin or
It's
something.
going to be like a. I'm not going to say anything.
No, you can't say anymore. That's another podcast. But I know your mom's super excited, and we've got some cool stuff. Hammertown Heights Estates keeps growing. Of course,
We're gonna have to expand on our security force.
our security and our food. I mean, we always have awesome meals, hot meals, and it's great. So
It's just hilarious to me how like we have Ultra 3 right across the street and they're the party camp, and then there's us, and it's more like family oriented and it's quiet and nice.
it's not so quiet.
It's
though.
not really
Super
that quiet.
but it's not Ultra 3 loud.
No, it's not Ultra 3 loud. We definitely are not Ultra 3 loud. But
We have
it-
a nice little oasis up there.
we
at
we
Stonehenge.
we love our Hammertown Heights Estates.
We don't
We
have a
love our
flamethrower.
neighbors. We love Ultra 3.
Yes.
And they got some new merch going on.
Yeah, go
right?
check out their
So go
website.
check out their website for merch. We'll give them a little shout out. I know they listen to the podcast. So, okay, to wrap this up, what are we? We're pushing an hour here. So let's summarize. This is there's been a lot to chew on this podcast.
King of the Hammers 2024. Be there. Randy's racing. Amber's racing.
Sunday.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Fire breathing, not one, not two, but 7 V8 engines. Okay, so. Whoa, Lorenzo just ran out of the room. He's like, what the fuck's going on right now? All right, this is what happens at Bomber Fab. Sky's the limit. So let's summarize. We got a Suzuki Samurai
Still racing.
still racing. That how many races? This is going to be your 4th year?
This is year number 5.
Year 5.
And I'll drop a little tidbit here too, because I told myself when I started this thing, I give that car 5 years.
No shit.
So this is it.
And it is beat up. It is raisined up. It is
Needs a body swap.
It is. You've
That looks like a Toyota.
how much did you pay for that? How much did you pay for that Samurai?
$500.
And it was you remember
ran and drove, and it had a pink slip.
and you know where she got this Samurai? We had this on the first
was a
podcast.
golf course,
It
right?
was a golf course
Golf
driving
course.
range
Yeah.
ball picker.
Absolutely.
It was a ball picker. And that poor Samurai had no fucking clue that it was going to be racing King of the Hammers.
It's
for
like, man,
5
picking
years.
balls was easy.
Came from a nice leisurely life on the golf
Exactly.
course.
Right?
Just getting hammered. Just
It was nice.
Amber the
because
Hammered.
hammer the hammer.
It was silver with pink stripes. So obviously someone nice owned it before me. No one's going to beat up a Samurai with pink stripes.
I wonder what the.
But you're
do you-
nice.
Do you know any more lineage of that Samurai before it was a range picker?
Nope. That's all
And
I
then
got.
your brother Stuart painted his to match your car, or how'd that all work
Yeah,
out?
he did. So actually, his Samurai is the one my sister owned.
Oh, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
Tackle
bought-
box.
Tackle box. Shout out. She bought it
Hashtag
stock,
tackle box.
and we modified it. We put the YJ springs on it and did the transfer case gears and a locker and I think all
Right.
that stuff. And then she was like, "Well, I'm not really wheeling it anymore." Gave it to Stuart,
Okay.
so he did all his modifications to it. And then at Hammers last year, he showed up because it used to be just a stock green paint job. He showed up and it was painted exactly like my car.
It was
The
cool.
best surprise
It
ever.
was so cool.
And he had the blonde wig.
The blonde wig is
Well, that's-
fucking priceless. I hope he still has that wig.
Forever 21's having a sale.
Dude, that is so classic. So classic. I love it. The Hanna family has fun.
You try.
Yeah, you don't have to try. You just do what you do. You just keep doing what you're doing because it's so good.
Yeah.
The three-ring
everybody.
circus.
What's that?
Three-ring circus.
It is a
There
3-ring
you go.
circus.
All 3 rings and Sarah's nose.
It's
What?
it's never a dull moment. I have stories that I can't tell on this podcast about the Hanna family when I first had dinner with you guys. But anyways, it's always fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the Samurai, we're recapping here. We're summarizing. So Samurai is going into its 5th KOH.
Fifth and final, it sounds like.
No,
That's the
well,
plan.
maybe.
Put a fork
Oh.
in her. She's done.
She needs
There
a
it
new
is. There it is.
bigger motor.
Okay. 5th and final. That's pretty epic story in itself. And then Bomber Fab's building a 4800 car, and it is going to race 4800. by Randy on Friday. Car gets changed out, tires to 40s, and seat moved up 3 inches and up 3 inches, or whatever, however that
Forward
works.
3 and up 3.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm tiny.
And so you can reach the pedals in the steering wheel.
I think you should put
See over the hood.
the
See over the
electric
hood.
memory seat from a Ford Platinum F350 in there. It'd be fine.
Yeah, you
the
need a
car would sit
massaging heated
sideways.
seat. And then, so Amber is going to race on Ultra 4 4400, which I'm still just trying to process, with Mike in the right seat.
Just gonna send it.
I'm still trying to process it
Right?
myself.
I mean, I can't imagine what's going through your head. And like, I mean, there's just so many emotions, and like, you're obviously excited. And like, I mean, there's got to be some, like, holy shit, this is happening, Batman stuff too, right?
Actually, I talked to the wiring guy, Rich, about it this morning because he used to race 4600, and he kind of put it in perspective for me, like, because I have all these thoughts in my head that I have to go so fast. When
Right.
in reality, in order to finish the course, you have to average like 12 or 13 miles an hour.
4,400.
Yeah. That was the statistic I saw a couple years. Like, that's the whole course. So that would be rock trails too. So if you double that through the desert,
So now wait a minute. So that's like you pedal to the floor in the Samurai, right?
yeah, exactly.
That's
So
just
if
the
you do the
finishing
same
time.
thing in the
just the finishing
4400
time.
car, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, but so like, I have all these expectations in my head. Like, I have to learn how to drive this car that's exceedingly faster than the one that I'm used to, and then, but in reality, I think it's well within my ability to finish.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
But
That's the beauty of being a race car driver. You adapt and you learn and you just make it happen.
So I think, as knowing this operation and you guys and everything, I think the key of this whole thing is going to be Mike in the right seat, just keeping you like, because you're capable. There's no doubt that you're capable of driving this car.
I just don't know the car that
You
well,
don't know the car. You haven't had a lot of seat time, right? So,
or none.
a word out of Holly Fowler's, seat time is everything. I think that's a great line. It is so true. Knowing the vehicle, but you have mechanical sympathy. You have a ton of mechanical sympathy because you drive a Samurai. But I think all that plays into it, and it's like, okay, race day, there's going to be a lot of, you're going to be excited and all these emotions and stuff, but it's going to be, I think, within the first, 10 miles or whatever, you're going to find your happy spot, and Mike's going to help you, and it's going to be freaking cool.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right there, because there is a lot of anticipation once you line up, but as soon as you get out of the short course, it's like open desert, and you
start to settle down and you find your deal, and it's not like you haven't raced before or anything. This isn't foreign to you, but the car is foreign to you, and the capabilities. But again, I go back to what I said earlier. You know how to freaking drive, and I think you having the tools, right? It's all about having the right tool for the job, and let's admit it, the Samurai is not the right tool for the job at KOH, okay? And you've made that work over the years. And now you're going to get the freaking Swiss Army knife freaking tool that can make it happen. And you just need to figure out how to drive that car.
Yeah. So actually, Tom Liu, he's my co-driver for 46.
Yeah.
Tom and my brother are co-driving again for me for 46. He told me last year that he's kind of jealous that I've started in such a small car, because he went from driving a Toyota pickup with solid axles and a 22 RE to his 4400 race car. And he said he felt like it was too big of a jump.
Right.
So having that in between and learning how to race on
And
something smaller.
he's racing the 4400 this year. He's
Not racing the 4400.
Oh, he's not?
He's just bringing his 4400 race car that hasn't moved in a couple of years.
Oh, okay. I thought he was racing.
Maybe we can talk him into it.
Okay. We
Hint,
know.
wink, wink.
We got his number. We'll call him after the podcast.
Nudge, nudge.
Perfect.
He's
It's
a
not
local.
a race car if you don't race it.
Right, exactly. It's not a race car if you don't race it. So, Randy, what are your thoughts here wrapping this thing up? We need a sponsor for the 4800 car. Who would be your ideal sponsor, or what are you thinking? Like, we don't need to throw out dollar figures, but like, what would be like pie in the sky, like somebody to step up to the plate?
Oh, I don't know about pie in the sky. We're not looking to shoot the moon here. We're just looking for a title sponsor, somebody that wants to get some exposure and help us pay for some entry fees and some race fuel and just kind of defray the expenses of getting out there and making this one happen.
Yeah, because this shit ain't free. It's not cheap. Getting down to Hammers, and luckily, what is it, about 6-7 hours from here?
430 miles.
400. He knows. You've been down there. You go down to the Johnson Valley, what, like 6-7 times a year?
Seems like it's been more and more lately.
Yeah, you've been down there a lot. That's like your second home.
4 times this year alone.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
I feel like I did 6 last year somehow. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. Maybe it was 6 weeks. I don't remember. It was a lot last year.
So it's closer. So Chris, I'm not going to meet you at Harris Ranch this year to go down King of the Hammers. You're going to have to come up to me and drive down if you want.
395 is such a better track.
It's so nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was like when a little side story here when we went to Trail Hero from Nevada, and James and Rhonda came up and met me, here, and they go, "Oh my God, we're doing this forever. This is like so much better drive than going down."
Don't reveal all of Nevada's secrets.
Right?
Jeez.
Right? And then Rosie's, we came back and hit Rosie's on the way back home. That was a freaking killer Mexican restaurant. Okay, so
Taxidermy there too.
no taxidermy there. That's only at what was that intersection there right before Landers? Barstow. Yeah, I was in Barstow, the Mexican restaurant and Mexican/taxidermy restaurant.
That's a trip.
Have you ever been there?
No.
Oh, it's
You
great.
get to eat the meat, and then they make a.
That's right.
Well, the first year I went down there, on the way home we stopped at this place. We gotta find Mexican. We were hungry. It was Friday night. We're driving home after this was in the early days when the main race, the 4,400 race, was on Friday instead of Saturday. And we're traveling with a group, and one guy's like, "Hey, I found a place. It's right in front of it, right near us, just before we get on the freeway." And it was, I don't know the name of the Mexican restaurant. It's in Barstow, literally right off the freeway. And it was. So you sit in the dining room, and all these stuffed critters are
looking at
on
you,
the walls,
eating your taco.
Yeah, and taxidermy. It's like, we're not eating possum, are we? Or armadillo?
Well, at least there's not dogs on the wall or anything.
No, I didn't see dogs.
Like a Vietnamese restaurant.
Wow,
Sketchy.
So, all right, yeah. So we need to find a sponsor for the 4,800 car.
So
48/44.
That's right.
48/4400 car. I keep thinking about this and I go, man, this is a golden opportunity for somebody to step up to the plate. Act now, make it happen. So it's just to help cover the expenses. And that's what people don't understand, because I know there's a misnomer out there, or at least a lot of people, that I talk to in Ultra 4 and fans, friends, whatever, but they have this, right? Like people always like assume or whatever, like, oh, 3-time king, Randy Slawson, Jason Shearer, Shannon Campbell.
Well, I'll put this one into really good perspective. So we were down at the rookie weekend, and Jason Shearer spoke right before Randy, and he said something along the lines of, he pre-runs in his race car because that's all he's got. He doesn't have a pre-runner. And then Randy comes up to the podium and he starts talking about, he's got his race car, he's got Gold Digger to pre-run in, and now he's got a third car. And he sounds like a baller.
Right.
Right? And it's not
the case.
Yeah, it's not the case. Like, we do this for a living.
Right. And that's what I want to make known, that it costs money, and it's not like you would think. I mean, the top 5 guys or whatever, right? So like, the 3 I just mentioned, Randy, frickin' Jason, and Shannon, you think they've got it set. Like they don't, they're getting all these sponsor dollars and free tires and free motors and free. It's not the case, guys.
No, it's
This is, I mean, they got sponsors. People are helping out. It's great. Got contacts to get the coolest shit to put on your car, but it's not given to them.
Yeah, we still have to prove our worth.
Right, exactly. And it's like, how much more do you need to prove your worth? You're a 3-time freaking king. But, you know, it's part of the deal. It's shit ain't free.
Yeah.
And I know I've talked to people and it's like, oh, they, you know, Shannon's got this, that, and that. And I became, you know, we were down at Shannon's place and, you know, yes, Monster freaking helps out a ton, but it ain't paying all the bills.
No.
And you still have to grind and make it happen. So, you know, and these are the top dogs.
Well, and you just like you know, Randy over here, Shannon builds his own stuff.
Exactly. And that's
it's
it.
not being built for them. I
No.
mean, we can name teams that have cars built for
You
them.
just make a phone call and shit's built for you, right?
But
Yeah.
you guys, you're hands on, and
Sign
that's
me up on
that's-
that program.
That's a big difference maker. I think that
A lot of blood,
and we've-
sweat, and tears.
That's right. But I
This
mean,
isn't
you,
NASCAR where we fly into the race, we race, then
and
we
that's
fly.
right. They're right. Like with Element, you know, Formula One stuff and the high end racing that Rob Khaleesi deals with. I mean, that's a whole nother world. But that's what the attraction is for the rec wheeler watching, you know, that are fans of Ultra 4. It's like, these are people that are, as you say, Chris, banging and clanging in their garage and making shit happen.
and they know their cars. Like,
Yeah.
you know, going back to what I was going to say is, you know, Randy, you know your car inside and out, every nut and bolt, every fitting, every weld, you know, you put the car together. And again, Amber, the same way, you're putting cars together. Same with Shannon, you know, putting cars together. And I mean, it's like, just like Jason mentioned, you know, you got Formula One, you got NASCAR. I'm sure that some of those drivers are hands on, but I'm sure a lot of them aren't. And
Something's fucking wrong with my car. Figure it out.
Right.
That is not the Ultra 4 mentality, but I know that is, you know, Formula One, NASCAR shit. Oh, it's pushing in this corner. Figure that shit out. I gotta, you know, the all that in the bag of chips attitude.
the helicopter's
Take a nap.
picking me up
Right?
in 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Right? and that's the thing. And then going back, you know, along those lines, like you were talking about, Randy, it's like, dude, you know, I'm not a spring chicken anymore and I'm racing 48 and 44. I got to kind of preserve myself because my focus is 4,400.
Right.
Right. So it's like, you know, I know you're not going to freaking ease up on 4,800 day. Right. But you're that's in the back of your mind. It's like, you know, I can't beat myself up. I got to be primed for Saturday. But all this stuff that plays into it, and it's cool stuff and great stories. It's real life. But my point was this, you know, what people think that, oh, they got all this money, they got all these tire sponsors and all this stuff. No, it's still costs money. It still freaking costs money. You still swipe your credit card to put gas in your rig to drive down to the Hammers. You're still going online and buying shit for your race car. It's not all on this fagizzy, you know, freaking, that they gets paid by, you know, so-and-so. But with that said, that's why we want to find a key sponsor for the 4,400 car.
That's right.
That's going to race
Brand
this year.
new race car.
I'm still trying to process this
It's
whole...
30. It's 30 feet from us. And
It is. It's fucking badass. It looks awesome. It's a bomber.
And it was a bare chassis like 2 days ago.
Right?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
And
badass.
that's what's cool. And my whole point is, you know, this is a great opportunity for somebody to jump on and get their
name on the car.
livery.
Title sponsor.
Livery, title sponsor.
Good job on livery.
Yeah, there you go. Title
So-
sponsor.
If you're out there and you want to do this, how do they get a hold of
Yeah,
you? Or
make
Amber?
how like 1-800 Bomber Fab, or what's the number? How do we make this happen?
Bomber Fab on Facebook or Instagram's a good way to reach out to us.
Yeah.
Bomberfab@gmail.com is the email. So
Okay.
And you could DM on Instagram.
DM on Instagram. DM
Do you
on
have a
Facebook.
phone number? Is there even a phone in this office? Does Nevada even have phones? Or is it all cell phone now? It's all cell phone, right?
I don't know if we have phones out here.
See, I don't have a home phone number anymore.
Get
in
a hold of
Nevada.
them on the IG or Facebook. That's the way to do it.
Or you can hit. This would be awesome if you hit me up on Wheel and Wine and Whiskey and say, "Hey, I want to sponsor Randy," and then I call Randy with the sponsorship. That'd be even better. I could vet your sponsors.
Hey, if you want to thin through, that'd be fine.
That would be cool. Okay, right on.
You're our agent now.
I'm the Bomber Fab agent. No, unofficial Bomber Fab agent.
Can't afford that percentage.
Honestly, it would be great for something to come about from this. It is a huge deal. It is definitely going to be one of the biggest stories of KOH.
Yeah.
EV is one thing, and that's going to be a modified course or something from the ramblings that I'm hearing this year. But this is going to be a huge story.
It's gonna be awesome, absolutely awesome.
So
hopefully,
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the friendship and everything here, and the wheeling that we've done over the years, and the future wheeling we're going to do. And you always scare the shit out of me. Never follow Randy motherfucking Slawson. That's all I can say.
You can follow me in the camera.
I love following you, and it's always good highlights and stuff. And
I'll just say I think it's really
Lots of wheels
cool.
up.
Wheels up, lots of wheels up.
Maybe 2 at a time.
Yeah,
Maybe all of them.
But
never know.
but with that said, I love that you have zero fear, Amber. I still have a little bit of fear, but it's crazy. You just have zero fear, and that's what
I have lots of fear.
you have. Lots of fear.
that's okay. You'll get there.
But it's fun. I love going out and wheeling and pushing the limits. Going out with people that are better than me, that have learned me. And I will share one story right now, Randy. When we did Trail Hero a couple years ago and got into that obstacle, I don't remember the name of the trail, but it was a fucking undercut wall, and you're sitting there and you're like, take the rear out, just let the front climb, right?
Yep.
And then so I put the front in, and it fucking climbed right up. And then you're like, okay, you held up 4 fingers, like put it in 4. I put it in 4, and it climbed right up. And it made total sense to me. It was like an aha moment in my four-wheeling career of freaking 20 plus years. And then we did that same obstacle this year. I don't know if you realized it, but you turned around in Gold Digger, and I put it in front, took the rear out, and climbed right up and went up. And you kind of gave me a little nod, and I was like, okay, that's fucking cool. Randy motherfucking Slawson just gave me a little validity that
Little nod.
an old dog
Nod.
fucking learned some new tricks. But it's great.
Remembered it a whole year.
Right?
Well, that's how you get better.
Slam.
Right?
It is. So that's my takeaway from, or just anything, right? It's like, you get intimidated by going out with people or what you're about to do, Amber, fucking running a bomber chassis, 460 horsepower car in the 4400 class.
I'm not doing 1 lap. I'm not doing 2 laps. I'm doing 3 laps.
Absolutely, you are. But it's cool, and it's
We'll be watching the
it's
whole way.
having those opportunities or anything to learn and grow, and taking advantage of that. And this is freaking awesome. I'm so excited to watch this unfold, and I can't wait to see what happens at KOH 2024. But
Which is just a few weeks away.
yeah, it is. It's coming up quick.
It's like Amber likes to talk about full immersion. Immerse yourself with what you want to learn. Get with the best people in the country and make cool stuff happen.
Exactly. So it's along the lines of like, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So it's the same thing. Like, it's so easy to go out and four-wheel and be like the better driver or better rig than everybody else, and you're just like, you're not going to learn shit. Put yourself in those situations where you're going to learn. You got better drivers, you got better rigs, you got everything kind of working quote unquote against you, but for you at the same time, in that, you put yourself in those situations, you're going to learn from those people.
Yeah, wake up at 8 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. and hit the trails all day long. Pack a lunch.
Exactly.
Do cool
Exactly.
stuff.
No, it's good shit. But you know, it's cool. I love the grind. I love the passion, and that's what we talk about on this podcast, Chris.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad
to be
you're
here.
in flesh. The four of us sitting at Bomber Fab. Once
Absolutely.
again, we are so ready for KOH 2024.
Do you realize how full circle this is?
You know, I kind of was thinking about that today. So go ahead, just elaborate on that a little bit, Amber, because I called you out of the blue.
Yeah, the first time we did an interview, right? Like, I had never heard of you guys. You'd never heard of me. And you're like, oh, this chick's racing a samurai. We got to talk to her.
I felt like, there's a girl racing a samurai, Chris.
That's right.
Right? I called you up and I was so excited. And I go, we got to figure this shit out. We got to find out who this is, what's going on, what makes her tick. So
Yeah.
go on.
But so, like, I just thought it was kind of cool that you guys have been there since, like, before my first race.
Right.
And now you're right here again before my first 4,400 race 5 years later.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Pretty crazy.
I know. And
What was I at? Like episode 35?
it was early on.
Early on.
And you're
Yeah.
like 16 years old too. So
And we Chris and I were talking about this the other day. I mean, here we are, episode 239. 239 episodes,
200
Chris.
episodes later.
Pound that out. Yes. Freaking awesome. So I go, you know, and the relationships we made, and we think back, and, you know, we always have this like running joke between Amber and Ultra 4 Jones, Kevin Jones.
that's right.
And I don't know where we're at in that whole count right now. He's
He's salty like that. I'm just kidding.
he is salty like that. I
figure
think he's up by 1 or something right now. But
I'll when I have a spare
we
moment,
just
I'll
had
figure it
him.
out.
So do we even say? So when Randy called me and goes, "Hey, I got this crazy fucking idea, blah blah blah," and release this, you know, that, hey, we're gonna build this 4,800 car and Amber's gonna race it in 4,400, and I, you know, we had a conversation, and I said, okay, I'm calling Chris. I called Chris. I called you.
Yep.
And I said, hey, you're never going to believe the conversation I just had with Randy Slawson. and you go, holy shit. And we have in the can an episode with Kevin Jones that we're bumping to put this episode.
Oh, dang it. Sorry, Kevin.
Because it's timely.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized too? You did your very first episode with Randy when I was applying for this job.
That's correct.
And you put in a good word for me.
I did. I called Randy. I didn't know him that well, but I go, hey, this chick knows how to weld and she's passionate about the sport. That's what I said. Whatever that was worth, I don't think it weighed anything on Randy hiring you, but
Here we
yeah,
are.
here we are.
Here we are.
Fucking years later, and we're neighbors now.
Exactly.
And we're neighbors now.
Yeah.
So it's
Accessible by dirt.
That's right. Accessible by dirt and pavement. I drove pavement tonight.
Yeah.
I was thinking about driving dirt, but I couldn't have got here as fast as you know. Anyways, it's super cool.
yeah, for
Great
sure.
stories, and we covered a lot of ground tonight.
We
And
need to let them get back to banging and clanging.
you think so?
Oh yeah, they got shit to build.
You got 40 more days of clanging and banging.
40? Is it 40? Is that the official number that you
think
figured
so. I
out?
think it's-
What's on the calendar over there?
I think it's less than 35.
I love all the bomber cars up on the wall there. Is there any Chinese knockoffs up on the wall, or are those all legit? That one on the end?
You see the climbing car?
Yeah.
Yeah, the two down there at the end.
The two at the end are Chinese knockoffs, and you can totally
specials.
tell.
So today's Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday.
Sunday Fun Day.
It is 39 days.
Oh, so
39 days. Okay.
so
All
when
right.
this episode drops, it'll be 37 days.
37 days.
Days until what?
I think that's when we
That
were
we're
supposed
there?
to leave. I think that's when I did this countdown till.
And so you've got a couple more weeks for the 4,800 car to be quote unquote done. You
So I'm
think?
hoping to take it down. I'm heading to Johnson Valley after Christmas.
Okay.
for a few days of running around with some customers that we built a couple 44 cars for this summer.
Right.
They're out in Louisiana. I almost said Iowa.
Wow. Louisiana.
Bill and Chris from Louisiana are coming out with their two 4400s, and we're going to show them around Johnson Valley.
That's cool. Are they racing this year?
They're saying no, which is
really?
unfortunate, but
Wow.
they're going to do, well, their plan was some East Coast racing
Okay.
over the next season, but
The thing is that they race, like it's a track race. I can't remember what the name of the series is. WRL. And their season opener is the same weekend as Hammers.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to be racing that instead of Hammers.
Have they ever been to the Hammers?
Not that I know of.
so Bill came out New Year's last year and rode around with me before we started on cars.
Okay.
And he got hooked by the dirt and the rocks and the dust and all the
Going
desert
fast.
scene.
Yeah.
The wonderful ambiance that is Johnson Valley.
Yep. So
Okay. So, but they're kind of keying into Ultra 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're going full immersion from what
Well,
I understand.
apparently they bought freaking two 4,400 cars
Yeah.
that are badass. Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to NFC Motorsports.
Oh, is that their deal? Okay, right on, right on. I will make a comment here. Since you had that whiskey, Randy, your voice has improved this podcast. So
Is it better?
It is a natural elixir.
So I want to shout out to NFC again. Bill brought us out to Texas a couple weeks ago, and they did a race at Coda, and he ended up winning both days. They're basically separate races on Friday or Saturday and Sunday, and he won in the unlimited
Was
class.
that the track car that
Yeah.
we were watching? Okay.
It's Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah,
in
super
Austin, Texas.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering what was going on out
It was
there.
my
Okay.
first time at an asphalt track, and that Coda track is pretty neat if you ever get a chance to go there.
Right
And
on.
it was pretty wild that our sponsor, the group that invited us, ended up overalling both days. So
No kidding.
awesome.
That's cool. That's cool to
It
be
was a
part
really
of that.
cool experience to get out of our usual motorsports like view.
But racing's racing, right? Like
Yeah.
whether it's on the rocks, dirt, track, Formula One, whatever it is, we're all gearheads at heart.
But like this was a professional team with a professional driver
Right.
and a lot of time and money invested, and it was really cool to see how they operated. And there were a lot of things that I took away from that weekend.
That's cool. You learn.
Yeah. So
Getting-
it's important to get out of your comfort
Yes.
zone.
Yes. Opportunity.
Yeah.
Opportunity. Take advantage of all these different, as you have, Amber, you've definitely taken advantage of opportunities, and that's key. Because a lot of people would like sit back like, no, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't, whatever. No.
Just say yes. The
Just
answer
say
is
yes.
Making it
Just go
happen.
do it. And if it doesn't work out, great. Move on. Don't ever do it again. But that's hardly ever the case.
Yeah, just keep trying.
Keep trying. Keep pushing forward. Make the most of it. Make memories. It's all about memories. We've done pretty good.
I think so.
Chris?
Yes, sir.
I know. You know what's amazing? This podcast, we're an hour and 32 into it,
Yeah.
and you have not given us the wrap up, Cindo. You're usually
this is
the
good.
guy that's like, just we got to shut this down.
Oh,
But it's good shit, right?
It's great. Great shit. So, but we are going to shut it down.
Oh, we're gonna shut it down. There it is. Dad's talking. Dad's here. Dad's
But,
here. Dad
do you
came
have
in.
any final thoughts, either one of you?
it's time for a hamburger.
Time for a hamburger.
There you
Sharkies? Are we going to Sharkies?
I'm down for Sharkies.
Sweet.
Sharkies is like our go-to.
That's great. That's great. Okay. Well, Jason, how do they get a hold of us? And how do they get a hold of us if they want to sponsor this race team and this new car?
Well said, Chris. So you can hit us up on the IG, Instagram, Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. Of course, you could email directly, Jason at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, or Chris at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, or Lorenzo. Where's Lorenzo right now?
He's chasing the horses, the wild horses.
The wild horses out here are super cool. I don't have the wild horses by my
Hope he
house, but
catches
you got
one.
them out here. You what?
Hope he catches one.
Yeah, I know, right? so yeah.
Chasing tail.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's perfect.
Exactly.
Don't forget about our number. What's the phone number?
What is that number? 1-408 800-5169.
408
See?
800-5169. Leave a voice message. If you want to leave a voice message about a sponsor for a brand new 4800, 4400 car from Bomber Fab, that'd be sweet.
And of course, you can hit up Amber at DeBurrs, DABURRS. And we talked about this before on the podcast, but how did you get that moniker?
My sister made it up.
Yeah.
It sounds like Amber Burrs. It's close enough.
I know. It's like, what? How does that work? But okay.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Bomber Fab, right? On the IGs and Facebook. I'm not big on Facebook. I follow Facebook for rock sports and insiders and all the fucking drama going on right now. But yeah, I'm not on Facebook much. And then, of course, IG, Bomber Fab, right?
Yep.
Okay. And yeah, so cool stuff. Super fun sitting down with you guys and gals this evening. One gal.
Thanks for inviting us.
Guys
over.
and one gal.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, super cool. And I'm so fucking excited for KOH 2024 and how this story unfolds. And if you know, how the sponsorship pairs up and it's going to be great.
We hope to see you on the lake bed. Go to.
Oh no, we're going to see them on the lake bed.
No, I'm
be our
talking to the
neighbors.
listeners.
Oh,
Go
okay.
to kingofthehammers.com, buy your tickets, and we'll see you on the lake bed.
Because I'm like, all of us in this room are going to be on the
No, I
fucking
know.
lake
I'm
bed.
talking to the listeners.
Okay,
Well,
I appreciate
if
that.
listeners are listening, I also want to invite them all out to contingency for EMC on, what is that, Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be with both cars, I think, going through contingency. So that's my favorite time to meet and greet people.
You know what?
that's
Yeah,
right.
and I
Good
talk
point.
about
It's
my
always fun to
favorite
meet
time.
our fans.
It is a cool time to hang out with the drivers, and it's not right before the race. So I talk about how electric, Saturday morning is 4,400. People, with their cars up on jack stands, running the 250 weight diff oil,
Warming up the diff oil.
warming up the
heaters.
diff oil, the heaters, the anticipation, and
The drivers are laser focused on that start finish line.
super cool. But you can't. I mean, you can fist pump drivers and stuff, but they're focused. They're like fucking nerves and shit and getting on the line. But like contingency is like cool. It's like, okay, we're going through contingency through Hammertown, all the different vendors, and they're checking out your race gear, right? Like your helmet,
All the tech items, yeah.
Yeah, all your
Safety
race
stuff.
suit, all your safety stuff. Make sure that's all good. But it's a chiller time, and that is the time to approach the drivers. So like if you want to hang out with the drivers and get to meet them and stuff, that is the time to do it. It's not 4,400 morning.
Yeah.
You can give them a fist pump, you can give them a thumbs up, you can give them a high five, but that is not the time to have a conversation and ask Randy about his car
Right.
because he's fucking focused on the deal. And right,
We're not going to hear what you're saying anyway with our earbuds and our helmets and all
exactly.
the commotion going on. That's not the time that we
It's-
can chat.
It's not the time
Loud engine
to.
lopping along.
Yeah, it's not the time to approach him, but contingency is, and I'm glad you brought that up. That is a great time. If you haven't met them in the pits or whatever, that is a great time to get to, get a photo, whatever, with your favorite drivers. So
Yeah, I know. Like
pro tip.
There's a couple
Pro
families
tip.
that I beat in line every year, and I look forward to seeing them. So
right,
yeah,
it's cool, all right. And you have and what's cool from you, is I've seen it 100 times. Is these avid race fans with daughters that bring them over to your camp, right? And it's
I
like,
get
look,
pictures with them every year.
isn't
They
that
get bigger and
cool?
bigger.
I mean, and it's just like, hey, look, this chick's making it happen, and you get pictures with them and stuff, and everybody is approachable at Ultra 4, and that's what's great about our sport. But just don't do it on the starting line on 4,400 morning or whatever. There's nerves on high, everything's going, but earlier in the week when they're testing, tuning, contingency, stuff like that, go have fun with your drivers. Yeah, go meet people,
I think contingency starts at like 10 a.m. I think on Thursday for EMC,
Yeah.
Okay.
something like that. I don't know what else is going on that day, but it's
And you guys there's like this parade lap through Hammertown,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Like you're going
and
up and down
everybody
the
lines up, and
everybody
has to
lines
sit in line
up,
all
and it's
day
a
long.
great opportunity. So
Don't miss it.
yeah, that's it. So
We'll have stickers and Jesse Combs Foundation bandanas.
there you go. Yes. We didn't even.
Even more incentive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Why don't we get Jesse Combs Foundation to sponsor the 4,400, 4,800
That's an
car?
idea.
That's another one I just thought of.
Throw it out.
All right. With that, we covered a lot of ground tonight.
We did.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having us here.
Appreciate you coming.
Yeah. I finally made it.
Only an hour and a half late.
That's right. Ooh.
That's it. Hey, I'll admit it. I got a lot of shit going on. And just,
Hey, snowmobiling is important.
well, it is. It's important. Not as important.
Snowmobiling is important.
Yeah, there you go. I'm looking forward to some snow. Unfortunately, this next storm coming in is a little warm, so we're not going to get snow in the valley like I was hoping. But anyways,
That white stuff can stay away from
yeah,
home
you
as
don't like the
long
white
as
stuff.
possible.
Nah.
You don't like the white stuff.
I'm
Randy
down for the white stuff with you.
I
Let's
love the
bring it
white
on.
stuff. I live for the white stuff. That's
I'm happy to drive to it. It doesn't need to be at my home.
Dude,
What?
I lived in my trailer through that stuff last year. Like
Yeah.
it was epic.
There was
I froze my butt off.
It was a rough winter, and you had a couple feet of snow here in the valley, right?
Yeah, we must have lived in 1 foot, 2 feet of snow.
it's like
for
frozen.
4 months.
Yeah.
It was
Which is
months
really
of
unusual for this.
thawing in the day and freezing every night. It was treacherous to walk across to get to work in the morning.
Just to get from the house to the shop. Yeah. No, and that's it.
First
As
world
much as I
problem.
love the snow, I love living here in the valley, and that was an unusual winter, but it's so nice. Like when it snowed recently, and I look up and all the mountains are white in the morning, but there's no snow in my driveway. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking cool. I can drive to it and enjoy it, but I don't have to live in it.
I just want to do snow donuts in the parking lot.
Yes.
of the
Yes.
park.
We will make that happen. I'm so looking forward to that. I got heated seats in the buggy. All right. Chris has given us the shutdown sign. Lorenzo is asleep with the new puppy over here. And with that,
We're out.
Tee hee.
There it is.
See you next time.